Welcome back to the Jeff Crilley Show. We've got a fast-paced show today. My next guest is Tom Foley. He's the founder of The Study, and that's in Irving. And Tom, I'll let you describe this. It's inside what used to be the old Irving Library. Is that right?
That's right. Good morning, Jeff. Thanks for having me. The facility itself is about 25,000 square feet on the second floor, about 15,000 square feet on the first floor, and it's a public-private partnership with the city of Irving, converting the former library into a business resource center, what we've coined as community businessing, being there to help both high school and elementary school students all the way through encore entrepreneurs building their business or developing their professional practices.
That's awesome. And you're the founder. So was this your brainchild, or how did this work?
Yeah, it's something that, as you had earlier, I think we have a lot of recovered attorneys on the show this morning. So from my perspective, education is key. And providing education in disruptive environments is our passion. So how can we make the opportunity to reach education outside of a college campus available and immediately accessible by more than just self-identified students? So to create an opportunity at the study for education and access for both those that may not have identified themselves as students and then also large corporations to connect with the community. So yeah, it was our brainchild, and we're seeing it come into fruition now.
And how long has it been around?
So the study opened, we had our ribbon cutting in June of this summer,
okay.
And we had our big launch just recently. I'm proud to say that we entered into a partnership with the Irving Independent School District. Irving just announced that every fifth grader, 2,700 fifth graders, will be enrolled in an 18-week entrepreneur program, mandatory through the school district, and they've partnered with us to bring those students into a business resource center so that the students can see businessing real life outside of the classroom. And that develops through high school, so we become an incubator for high school students to take their businesses from a classroom concept to hopefully monetizing that business.
I think that is very cool, because when I was in high school and even into college, I was never told about becoming an entrepreneur. I was just told, go work for a large company and keep your nose clean and don't get fired. And after 40 years, you get a gold watch. And thanks to shows like Shark Tank and role models like Mark Zuckerberg and Mark Cuban, I think young people are saying, well, why do I have to go work for somebody else? I could start my own thing. But I guess you can, if you're not surrounding yourself with other resources like yours, you can make some mistakes, can't you?
Absolutely, and there's a few subtleties to what you outline. If you look at from an economic perspective and you have a 1% population growth and you have a 1% wealth increase growth, and you look at where the economy is going from a job placement perspective, it's necessary that you have creativity on the entrepreneur side. So I would suggest that the concept of entrepreneurship is more important now than it ever has been. But if we look historically, small businesses are what carry successfully the United States from an economic perspective. So to emphasize that, I think, is key. And then, as you said, the hurdles for entering those businesses sometimes can be overwhelming. And if you don't have the simple answers or you don't have the trusted resources available, you can make too many mistakes. And what we want to do is aggregate the resources. So if I can, I know when we were talking earlier, the question is this an entrepreneur center? Is this an incubator? Is this an accelerator? And we have all terms. I would suggest we're an aggregator. In other words, we bring together the best in class in different services. So we're partners with Women's Business Council Southwest to help women businesses in the certification process and supplier diversity. We're partners with the local chambers so that we can be an added resource. We're partners with People Fund that provides microfinancing. So what we do, in effect, is bring not only mentors and the curriculum to help you, but we'll bring those resources that can help you go to the next level so you don't make those mistakes you referenced. That's
awesome. And I know you've only been open since June. Any remarkable stories so far? I mean,
yeah, from our perspective, being humble, I think we've a little bit like your child, right? You don't see them grow, and then friends visit and say, "Wow, they've made such progress or growth." I think we've made a lot of progress over the year that we've been formulating the study itself. We just recently announced a partnership with Argus IT. Argus IT takes repurposed software and hardware and will bring it to close the digital divide. And we'll be shortly announcing, and perhaps this is the announcement, where we will have computers available and then partner with, again, the ISD, where those computers can be earned by those students and then they can take them home. So it's an opportunity to close the digital divide through partnerships with Argus. We have Avial, which is a Boeing division that's in Irving that's partnered with us to provide different community resources to help grow those businesses. So we have a lot of those agreements and partnerships and support that I would say are maybe not quite remarkable, but I would say certainly successful.
How many small businesses are located in the study right now?
We have about 12. There's a few not-for-profits that are located there as well. Again, we went what I'll call live, although we had the ribbon cutting in June, live this month. So today's our first day from a social media perspective that at the Study USA, from a Twitter perspective, we'll be going live. So we're really now getting out there from a marketing perspective to drive that. Because of our partnership with the city, we're able to leverage their communication channels. Mm-hmm. So there's been a nice outreach into the Irving resource itself. However, we're looking to be more of a North Texas resource. So now we should be gaining more traction, I would suggest, between now and the end of the year.
And I know you've taught entrepreneurship at Paul Quinn College, isn't that right?
That's right. That's right. So I teach social entrepreneurship, introduction to entrepreneurship, and investor capital at Paul Quinn College. And it's great from my perspective. Anybody that does teach realizes you learn more from the students than you're teaching them. So for me to be in the classroom is a great opportunity to understand the challenges that someone that's launching a business sees and how they interpret it. Obviously, if you're in the business for a period of time, what is easy for you is not as easy for others. So I'm able to see that as well.
And so if you're officing at the study, they can always come to you and say, hey, Tom, I'm having this issue with funding, or I need your advice.
Absolutely. We have mentors through the process, and we've partnered with other groups so that the mentors we have are not just the study mentors. Partnership with the SBA, Mr. Austin is the regional director, and he's supporting our efforts, and he has introduced us to SCORE so that mentors are really on a broad range. And then on top of that, we have members in the study such as My Purple Folder, which is a new innovative healthcare app, what they coin as the Google for healthcare apps, that centers there. So you also have the opportunity not only to talk to myself or others that have been through it, you can talk to those that are going through it, which oftentimes is the best advice.
So if an entrepreneur is listening to this right now or watching it later on YouTube and they want to get involved, what does it cost to be a member of the study or locate at the study? Yeah,
so the study itself offers the co-working space. So as you know, some of the challenges just in general when starting a business is having a physical location and having an address and having a business center to meet. So we have what we refer to as hot desks. Basically, you can come in any point in time and utilize any desk. That starts at $200 a month. But even below that, there's a virtual membership where you can connect from a mentor perspective. That's $75 a month. Again, we have flexibility where if you needed more space, we can adjust to that as well. And then as a host facility, if you are putting on a convention or a meeting, we can host up to 400 people. So we have a lot of flexibility to service you as a small business.
And I haven't been to that old library in a long time. Is this space nice?
It looks much different. Simple changes with polishing the concrete floors and creating a little bit more of a contemporary look really opens it up. And as it works out, the building is built in 1986, but it overlooks the Veterans Memorial Park. Mm-hmm. So what folks have said is instead of calling it the study, perhaps we could have called it the nest because it sits up there within the trees and has a clean look. So if I can say, since we helped design it, I certainly think it's a great place to work.
That's awesome. What's your vision for the study? How big do you want to see it get?
The study itself is really on a behind the scenes level an opportunity to show how the public and the private sectors can work together to advance businessing. So what I had referred to as that community businessing, where everybody within the community needs to support one another for success. The goal of the study itself is to have it full, right? If that's 50 businesses that are going through it, where we have incubator models, mm-hmm. The vision beyond that is to show how you can take an area in need of economic development, in this case South Irving, partner with the municipality, and then gain the private sector support from large international corporations to small businesses to show how you can be economically successful.
And after it's a hit in Irving, are you going to do one in Grand Prairie or Arlington, or what's?
Well, who knows, right? I mean, we have to focus, as you know, any entrepreneur will tell you, stay laser focused on what's before you, and then we can always have that grand vision going forward. But I certainly hope that we, at minimum, serve as an example of how to partner with the city and promote small businesses.
Outstanding. And give everybody the website.
The website is thestudyyusa.com. And as I mentioned earlier, I think we have 4 or 5 followers, but hopefully we build that up when we go live at the Study USA after this.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
When we come back, the Dallas Holistic Chamber of Commerce and how it's getting DFW to look at its health in a whole new way. That's next on The Jeff Crilley Show.
More of The Jeff Crilley Show coming up.